Hi, I'm Adari P.T. Brown. I'm here to talk to you today about so many things. But one of the things I want to talk to you guys about is where do we go from here? Where do we go in terms of making a difference? Where do we go in terms of making the changes necessary to make our nation, to make our states, to make our cities a better place? Where do we go in terms of changing our neighborhoods around? This is where we go. Many of us stay in neighborhoods where we walk outside our doors and we can see what's needed in our neighborhoods. Many of us stay in neighborhoods where simply our neighborhoods are not clean, the streets are not clean, the communities we live in are not safe, that the schools that our kids attend are not any better than they were 10 years ago. Many of us stay in a state and time where we can't afford 4 more years, 2 more years, or even a year for things to change. We need change instantly. So how do we bring that about? It's called partnerships. It's called partnering with each other to make a difference. It's called uniting around a common cause and making the changes we need. It's called mentoring and partnerships with schools. It's called mentoring and partnership with churches, business that are within our neighborhoods. We all need to work together because let's be real. If you are a business owner in a neighborhood, if the residents of that neighborhood cannot afford to pay the cost of the things that are in your store, you're not going to survive in that neighborhood long. If you're a school in a neighborhood, you need to reach out to the neighbors in that school because let's be real, those are the people who send their kids to that school to get educated. If you are a teacher at that school, you need to be partnering with parents to make sure that all parents are involved in the educational process of their kids. If you're a business in a neighborhood or a church in that neighborhood, you need to be reaching out to the neighbors in that neighborhood to make sure that they understand the mission of the church and the mission of the business as well as vice versa. If you are a resident of a neighborhood that has a church or a business, you need to make sure you know the business owner. You need to make sure you know the pastor or the bishop or the reverend of that church so that you can build relationships. It is called partnerships, people. We cannot do this alone any longer. We have to do this together. We are united in this front together. We are united to bring about positive changes in the places where we stay. And the only way this can happen if we all work together. We can't continue to think that we have all the solutions to all the problems that plague us because we don't. We cannot continue to think that we don't need that church, we don't need that business, we don't need that school. We don't need the people who stay in the neighborhood around the school or stay in the neighborhood around that business or church because we all need each other. Because 9 times out of 10, it all affects us. If we have drug dealers down the street from us, it's going to affect who wants to go to that church or who wants to go across and walk to that store or business because they know they have to walk past a drug house or they have to walk past a youth or some adults who probably are vulgar and everything else. Who wants to go through that on a day-to-day basis? Many of us don't want to do that. We don't even want to send our kids through that. So what we have to do, we have to work together to make these changes we need. We have to make these changes to shut down crack houses, shut down violence houses, to shut down the crack game that's taking place and the drug warfare that's taking place, to shut down gangs, to take our kids off the street and put them in youth recreational centers that are possibly at churches, that are possibly at places of employment, to get our youth and adults in the neighborhood jobs that they never had before. We have to find ways to uplift each other. We have to find ways to take our youth, put them in school, make sure they stay in school, and make sure the school is teaching them proper resources. And we have to, as business and religious leaders, we have to partner with these schools to make sure that when these kids get out of school, that they come to these places to get tutorial service, to even perhaps learn entrepreneurship and other business type opportunities. We have to develop a program where we all are partnering together, and this can only happen if we work together and if we stay together, united as one. This can't happen with one single person, and I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. I'm ready to partner with you. If you're ready to partner with me, then reach out to me at 313-550-5740. No idea is a bad idea. The only idea that's a bad idea is that idea that is not shared and told to others. No question is a bad question. The only bad question is the one that is not asked. So I'm telling you here now, if you're ready to make ideas come to action, if you're ready to ask questions and try to come up with solutions to the questions that have plagued us for so long, then I'm here to help you. Once again, my phone number is 313-550-5740. I'm here to listen to any ideas and any questions, and let's work together to build a greater United States, to build a greater change agent like never before. I'm Hadari P.T. Brown, and this is my perspective.